Two 12-foot big screens or 26 75-inch TVs. Throw in the arcade experience and you've got a winning atmosphere that no other sports bar can deliver. Follow the fun at Dave & Buster's, Panama City Beach on Facebook and Instagram. Eat, drink, play, and watch sports at Dave & Buster's.
Reliable Hydraulic Solutions offers comprehensive diagnostics and repair services for all kinds of hydraulic units, such as hydraulic and pneumatic cylinder repair, hydraulic pump, motor and valve repair, O-rings, hoses, fittings, and seals. On-site repair, pickup, and delivery available. Plus, Reliable Hydraulic Solutions has a full range of automotive shop equipment by the best brands in the industry. Located on Commercial Drive off Jenks Avenue in Panama City and online at reliablehydraulicsolutions.com.
As a realtor, it's important who you choose as your title company. May we suggest South Oak Title? Their offices are modern, comfortable, and state-of-the-art. South Oak Title can close transactions in any location in Florida, Alabama, and Tennessee. Their free mobile app allows realtors to deliver a net sheet in seconds. They provide mobile closing services to accommodate buyers and sellers. Their offices are beautifully decorated, state-of-the-art, complete, safe, and secure. South Oak Title, creating a better title and closing experience through technology and tailored service. Visit them online at southoaktitle.com.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WTOT, W271DN Mariana, WVLQ Port St. John, powered by Pepsi, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Lights, camera, action.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Do you know who I am?
Live and local inside the J. Michaels studio.
People know me.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Full of water. I stay hot up. Hot. Stay there. Hot. Stay hot there. Hot up. Gonna get you hot up. I'm gonna make it wet.
And good morning and happy day after Valentine's Day. We're back, man. We are back. It is a beautiful Wednesday here in Paradise, and we've got Big John on the board. Big John, are we feeling better back there? Talk to me, baby. Talk to me.
Yeah.
You are?
I feel like a whole new man.
Good.
But
good,
part of that's because today's my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday. You look good to be 60 years old. Very handsome. Happy birthday, buddy. I apologize. I will have you something tomorrow. I promise you. I will get you something.
All right, America. You heard that.
Yeah. My brother here since 1990, Jim Brandt's with us. Jim, happy birthday. Happy extra Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Well, my birthday was 2 weeks ago today, so.
And we did say, remember, we did talk about his birthday. He was in Disney.
Both Aquariuses.
That's right.
He went woke on us. He went to Disney, had a good time.
Oh, shut up with this.
He had all his different colors on. Everything. Did you have your flag on?
Yeah.
Anyway, hey, I hope you guys had a great Valentine's Day. We've been out the last couple of days. We've had some issues. We've had some health issues. COVID came in here and kicked our butt. Mr. COVID visited us for a little while. Brian's been sick. He'll be back soon. I think we told him to stay out until maybe Friday. I think we'll get him in here on Friday if he wants. If he's feeling
Randy
good.
was sick.
Randy's been feeling pretty bad.
Yeah. I had it.
John's been sick as a dog. I've had a huge.
Man.
Have you ever heard your back? Excuse me. Have you ever heard your back? You don't want that. I'm telling you, it's misery. I'm on that good feeling stuff right now, so I think I'll be okay.
Did you bring enough
let me
for
get this in
everybody?
real quick before we get going. Today on the 15th at 7:45, you can listen to 104.3 ESPN. Well, heck, you can listen to Northwest Florida, all of our stations. Arkansas at Texas A&M. This Saturday, I love used to watching Indiana play basketball, especially when Bobby Knight was the coach there. Illinois at Indiana at 10:30 in the morning. And then the late game, 2:45, Baylor at Kansas. So we got some great basketballs right here for you on ESPN Northwest Florida. Keep the dial right here and listen in to what all is going on. Of course, we got the Fine Boss Show from 6 to 10. Afternoon Underdogs are on. David has a great show every single day lined up for you guys. Incredible. Love David. He's a superstar. There's no doubt about that. But I don't think anybody's better than Jim Brandt. I don't think anybody's smarter. Anybody's better looking. And the knowledge he brings to the show is incredible. Are you going to start coming in every day?
No.
Thank you very much. Forget what I just said. The heck what I just said.
You do your job, okay? Do like Bill Belichick, do your job.
And know what your job is and do it.
That's right.
All right, let's get going. Let's talk. First off, let's get off with the Alabama, #1 ranked basketball team in the country. I think it's the first time that's ever happened. What happened to Kentucky? I mean, I'm used to SEC. It's Kentucky and everybody else. What's going on with your Wildcats?
I'll tell you what's going on is he lost all of his staff.
Yeah, he
either
has
fired
lost all
or
of his
went away,
cats.
and it's just not working. The magic's not there.
It's
anymore.
amazing. In the old days now, before all this legal stuff, your NI deals in the old days were just as good or better than the new ones, and y'all still aren't winning like you used to. What's the deal, man? You got the wrong cats.
Money. I got, like I said, staff.
But you know what, John? It's not over, and anything can happen between now and the tournament.
that right?
You know, don't count them out. You never know.
Somebody told me he got a lifetime
Yeah, he does. More or less does.
contract.
Yeah,
How does
he's
that
sitting
happen?
pretty. He's sitting pretty. There's no doubt about that. Nick is sitting pretty. Who's going to be on the hot seat for this year? We'll talk more about that later with Dr. Ward. There's one coach in the SEC in the great state of Florida. Everybody's saying this one particular article said he will be on the hot seat this year. It used to be, Jim, you get 3 to 5 years. Now
Not anymore.
they'll fire you in 2. No doubt about that.
Not anymore.
All right, let's talk about the Super Bowl. The Chiefs, what a game, man. Great game. The Chiefs 38 and our Eagles with Jalen Hurts, the Alabama graduate, 35. And upset me. I was wanting I thought the Chiefs would win. I think we talked when Ron was there one day. I told him, I said, I think the Chiefs are going to win, but I want the Eagles to win. Jim, you picked the Eagles?
I picked the Eagles.
You picked the I think everybody did. But
didn't.
Turnovers, baby. That
I
fumble.
bet David $1, and I bet my son $1, and I took the Chiefs.
Oh, you
Winner.
did beat the Chiefs?
Winner. I picked the Chiefs.
Good job. Did you give your money to Brian as he headed to Biloxi? Did he,
Should have.
Yeah, you should have. I
I'd
don't
have
to
get-
talk to him
if
and
I
see
get
what
my
he
money
did.
from
In my opinion, I think the Chiefs outcoached them big time.
There you
Big
go. It wasn't
time.
even close.
Big time.
The offensive coordinator outcoached the
Big
Eagles
time.
defense
He beat
coordinator.
him twice on the
managed
same
the
play.
clock.
You know, it's like, come on, at some point you got to learn, you know.
Yeah.
And actually, the one that was the interference was a similar play where the guy was coming in and then going back out, and the guy held him. It's like,
Well, let me ask you this.
how
They've
many
been letting
times
them
you
play.
beat the same thing?
They've been letting them play the whole game. They just more or less letting them play, and then at the end, they make a call that's going to determine the outcome of the game. I think. I don't know if I'd have called that, but you go back and look at it. It was.
It was
holding.
definitely a penalty.
Yeah.
It was.
It's just I don't know. Sometimes I think that stuff is rigged. All that kind of money's bet on it, and probably not. Probably not, but whatever.
Makes you wonder.
You know why the commercials cost so much? We tried to get our show commercial on Fox, and we saw the price. We decided not to do it. 113 million people watch the Super Bowl. Let me say it again. 113 million watch the Super Bowl.
That's about 1 million more than listen to this show.
That was
Yeah,
just to
about-
see
probably,
Rihanna.
probably. Maybe
went to
1.5
see
million.
Rihanna
I'm not
halftime.
sure. The Super Bowl was the third most watched Super Bowl on TV ever. The third most watched Super Bowl. That's pretty impressive. That was a good game. Good game.
Yeah, it was.
It was the most streamed in the history of Fox and Fox TV. The history, most watched. So, could you imagine playing in front of 113 million people watching? It's like a holiday for America. It really is. And they should give off. Monday should not have to come to work. They shouldn't. We have every other kind of holiday now there is, so we should have that. But can you believe that 100? I thought it was going to be. I thought there could maybe 80. I thought 80.
Yeah, I was
great.
surprised when I saw it was that high.
Yeah, 113 million people watch the Super Bowl. People love football. The money that's being made is incredible. All right, that's it. Hey, we've enjoyed it. We're cutting back short. We're trying to get healthy, so we're going to just give you that for today. Now, hey, you gave me a name. Help me, Jim. We had a winner, NASCAR winner, Richard. Help me with that last name.
It's because we haven't
I would
been
say
here
B-O-B-O-N, Boban.
Boban.
Boban. I'm sorry if we mispronounced
I
your
wanted
name.
to say Bowman, but they said, no, I can't say that.
No,
Boban, does that sound right?
that sounds right.
Okay, that sounds right. Richard, great writing, by the way. I like the way you write. Richard Boban, congratulations to him for winning the trip to NASCAR. That gets 2 tickets,
Daytona.
right?
Yeah.
2 tickets. Now, I will talk probably funny today because what I'm taking. So if I look funny, feel funny, talk funny, there's a reason for it. But I'm here. Okay, I'm here. All right, Jim Bob, what'd you think about the Super Bowl? Tell me, baby.
I thought it was really, really well played. I didn't expect the way it was going to go because the first half the Eagles were pretty dominant. But like I said, Andy Reid to me
Unbelievable.
is one of the best coaches ever. You know, he does a lot of silly stuff and all that, and yeah, he's got great players, but take it for somebody who watches a team that frustrates them every year, the Cleveland Browns, and they have talent, but they don't ever do. They don't seem like they ever have the answers.
Yeah.
It's like when you watch Andy Reid, he's going to have the answers. He's going to figure it out. You know, you're not going to get the wool over his eyes very often and for very long. I just think he's a great coach.
Dude, I'm with you. And I was
they
with you.
outcoached him big
I
time.
watched that, and I thought the exact same thing you did. Their defensive coordinator got whipped. Eagles' defensive coordinator got beat on the chalkboard big time.
You know, the Eagles supposed to have the only two teams that ever had more sacks than them are the Chicago Bears teams from, the Buddy Ryan days. And I said last week on air when you weren't here, I said, when you start getting compared to this 85 Chicago Bears, you're doing something. And they didn't even touch Mahomes. I don't think he even hit the ground but about 2 times.
Yeah.
And that's when he ran the ball. So they put no pressure on him whatsoever. None.
Great job by the Chiefs.
Yeah,
man.
the Chiefs did a great job. They really
I
did.
tell you, their quarterback, I got to get, a lot of those guys think about their how long they can play. They're going to take care of their careers. He's a great guy, man. He plays for the team. He is a winner. He wants to win. Most other quarterbacks would not have came back.
I tell you what, I posted something after the game about Mahomes. He's one tough hombre, man.
Baby. It helped them, though. They had the halftime, 29 minutes. That helped, and the Eagles had the ball the whole first half.
Yeah, but
like.
even still, there was an extended halftime. There was, but I
just wonder what they did to get him to
it's
look
not just
that well.
It's not just physically tough. It's mentally tough.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just not going to.
He's a winner. He's just a winner.
Yeah, he is.
Just like
From
I think he's
more.
like an SEC player. Just means more.
It just means more. Texas Tech, guns up, baby.
I'm thinking, what did they do to him at halftime? They had to do something. I mean, it's legal. I mean, whatever they did, but he is nothing but a winner.
Yeah,
I mean, I have a lot of respect for him. The Eagles get it done.
And I got
the Eagles don't get it.
I got to compliment you because I thought for sure you'd come in here crying about Jalen Hurts and why? How come he's not the MVP? He did better. He threw for more yards. He passed for more. How come he didn't get it?
He didn't win.
He didn't win. That's exactly right.
Well, my boy Dante
fault of his
Smith.
own.
What about my little receiver? I mean, that sucker had a great game.
He's good.
He is really good, and he's so small out there.
And all your Alabama people, that was a catch. No, that wasn't a catch, and neither was the one last week against the
He got
49ers.
away with one.
He got away with one against
you
the 49ers.
see how smart he was, though? He gave the signal, let's go right now, snap the ball, and it worked out. That's smart. It just means more. It just means more. SEC. Alabama graduates are highly intelligent. The academics there is incredible. Unbelievable. You can't. Only Alabama receivers can do things like that.
Yeah.
But Jalen, he had a great game. He did.
Yeah, no, he's
Played
a good
game.
player.
Nothing
He really
did
is.
wrong. It's just
Lincoln Riley did a great job.
the bottom line is the better
Boomer Sooner, baby.
the better team won, right?
Yeah.
They did. The better team won.
And I tell you what, to me, the most impressive thing of the whole game, because like I said, I follow the Browns and they don't do smart things like Super Bowl champs do. When the guy from the Chiefs sat down at the 1 yard line in
saw
bounds,
that. Yeah.
that's where they won the game. That was the smartest play of the whole game because now
coaching, baby.
Now they got to take
Coaching.
their timeouts. Now they got to run the clock down. It was very good thinking on their part. Great coaching.
You're
on
talking
their
about
part.
great thinking. You're talking about doing the right things. You're talking about winning championships. It's South Oak title and close. It's Chuck Tucker. I saw Beth yesterday, beautiful Beth, Moby, and Ryan. I'm sorry, give me a chance. She's incredible. Big time realtor. Mark Howard, big time realtor. They all use Chuck Tucker. They know they're dealing with the best out there. They know that you want to deal with the best coaches, the best professors, the best presidents. This is the best right here. South Oak title and closing. Chuck Tucker, number one. Not even close for all your real estate needs is Chuck Tucker. They got offices throughout the Panhandle of Florida. South Oak title and closing. Today is Wednesday. What's that mean? World famous.
Spaghetti Day.
J. Michael Spaghetti right here on beautiful Panama City Beach. They only do it one day a week.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's going to be packed at lunch. It will be packed at dinner. But go in there. It's worth the wait. J. Michael's Restaurant, Thomas Drive. Go try it. You'll absolutely love it. Stevenson Air Conditioning. It's going to be cold this weekend, then jump right back up next week into the 80s. Go. If you have any problems, you keep your house warm or cold. Stevenson Air Conditioning answers you. They are number one, no doubt. And I want to thank Buffalo Rock, all the great things they have done for Bay County. All right, you listen to 104.3 Panama City, 102.1 Mariana, 101.9 Port St. Joe, legendary ESPN Northwest Florida. I'll be right back with Jim Brandt.
Happy birthday to you and many more too, because it's your birthday today.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Colin Cowherd.
James Bradbury grabbed a jersey out of the break. Plus, and this is something that needs to be mentioned, it's coaching. The Eagles wore dark gloves. The Chiefs rarely wear white jerseys, but everybody knew they would. Dark gloves, white jerseys.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays, 11 to 1, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good Wednesday morning. I'm forecasting a blend of sun and clouds on the low 70s or so this afternoon. A south wind about 10 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy overnight in the low 60s with light winds. Partly to mostly cloudy Thursday, maybe a few showers. Highs around 75, rather gusty winds. This weather forecast has been brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. For ESPN Northwest Florida, I'm meteorologist Tim Root.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies, as well as new and vintage cards. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 633 North Highway 231 and can also be reached at instantReplaySportsCards.com.
Mid-South Lumber, where they treat you like family. Locally owned and serving the residents of Bay County for over 45 years. Visit their feed store at the Youngstown location for all of your livestock feed, plumbing, electrical, lawn and garden needs. They also carry local Chautauqua wines, baby chicks, and a full line of poultry supplies to get your chicks started off right. Mid-South Lumber, the biggest little lumber yard in Panama City.
Now, it's the Coach James Hale Show.
Go nuts.
Live from the J. Michael Studio at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
We're caught in a trap. I can't walk out.
I love that. I've only seen that movie about 11 times. Is that incredible? That guy incredible. That is the most famous man on earth besides, well, Jesus is the most famous thing. Elvis II. I mean, seriously, if the history of mankind, Elvis II, I'd probably put Bear Bryant third or Woody Hayes fourth. Does that sound about right? I mean, come on,
What about
man.
Nick Saban? It just means more.
No, Nick's not up there. Nick's up there, but he's not that level. He's not at Elvis level. Not yet. James Brown's right up there, baby. James Brown is up there, too. Hey, Jim, I wanted to ask you, did you have a good Valentine's Day?
Yeah, pretty good.
But you were lonely. You were by yourself.
Yeah,
Your
that's
sweetheart
right.
was down in Orlando.
Yeah, as usual.
Did she just not live down there?
Yeah.
Judy?
It is
get
what
back,
it
get
is.
back home. Did she send you flowers or anything?
No.
Not food
No.
gram?
No.
Sharkgram? Telegram? Nothing? What, now, were you there? Any of the daughters with you?
No. Yeah, I had a couple of them with me.
They
Actually, three of them. Savannah's the only one that went with her.
Did the girls have a good Valentine? That's
Yeah.
the question. You take care of them?
Yeah.
Surprise them?
Mhm.
Love on them?
Yes.
Good. John, did you have a good Valentine's? I know you felt bad. I know you were sick, but was your wife good to you? Why are you smiling so much? What is? Oh, good. I'm glad. I want to say something. I can't
Yeah,
try.
don't you
I won't
dare.
do it.
Keep your show
Does anybody
PG.
ask me if I had a good one? Thank you. Thanks for caring. I did not. I did not have one. At Charter Senior Living, they had a program for not Doris, but all of them. You know, your mother was in there at one time, and they had kids come and play the violin. They had shows for them. They did a great job for them. And Julie went and had dinner there, So I made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I did go down and see Lorelai and the Leighton wasn't home, but I did see Lorelai at their house. We took them their Valentine's stuff. So yeah, my Valentine was not very good either, but it was okay, average. Anyway, thanks for asking and caring about me, Jim. Appreciate that. All right, let's get back into it, Jim Bob. I want to ask you a question. The greatest head coaches of all time. Let me throw some names out there. Any sport, I don't care what it is. Now, I'm not going to get into any NBA because I don't care. I don't watch it, don't care about it, so I'm not going to hit that. You can say somebody, because I just don't know anything about it. Didn't play basketball, so don't know much about it. So when people talk about, and I do love Bobby Knight. I did love him. I do like Kentucky because in the SEC, you got to love the Kentucky Wildcats because they used to be the power of the nation in the SEC. Not anymore. All right. How about John Wooden? Would you put him in that up there?
Oh, for sure.
I got John Wooden for college basketball, Bobby Knight for college basketball. I have college football. I have two: Bear Bryant, Woody Hayes.
Yes.
Can you live with that?
Yes.
I mean, look at the total. You put their wins together. It's incredible.
A bunch.
Yeah, it's incredible. And you put SEC championship, Big Ten championships, national championships. I mean, they're at the top. It's great. And Nick, I left him out because he should be mentioned, but I still think over the length of time that Woody and Bear did it, I got to go with him. Baseball, I didn't really think of anybody. You think anybody baseball, professional or college baseball? I really couldn't think of anybody. Just, it just stands out. As soon as you think about college basketball, you think about Bobby Knight or to me, John Wooden. Huh? Sparky Anderson. Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, he was for
good.
a long time.
Yeah. I love Johnny
Joe
Bench.
Torre for the Yankees was good for a long time.
NFL, Belichick stood out to me, and George
Hallis
from the Bears.
Right.
He only coached from 1920 to 1967. Are you kidding me? He invented football, didn't he?
Paul Brown invented pro football, but that's okay.
All right, would you put him in there?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's take this phone call.
It's because you made the list.
Oh, I'm just thinking, thinking things to talk about here. Good morning.
Good morning, Coach.
Hey, Mike, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Glad y'all are back. I thought you were running from your bookies the last 2 days or something, or somebody was sick.
Mike, you pray for us, buddy. We've been having it rough. A lot of things going on. Just keep us in your prayers.
Yeah. I already spent my $10 I won on Kansas City. I took them.
Oh, Lord.
Well, the whole family did up here in the swamp. I want to say something about Alabama. Congratulations on being the #1 men's college basketball team in America, and they got to play the Vols in Knoxville.
That's scary.
Their next game. It is scary because let me tell you, the last 2 times the Vols hit #1, they immediately lost.
Yeah.
It's just a weird thing. And I complain about Vanderbilt a lot, but Vanderbilt's they won their last couple of games, and Stackhouse, if he's still there, he's got them playing well. And Auburn played magnificently last night and defeated Missouri. They had them 19-2 in the first few minutes, and they were kind of drifting toward the bubble,
Yeah.
And Coach Pearl corrected that ship. But it's easy to coach from 1920 to 1967 when you own the team.
That's true. Good point.
That is a good point there.
And Brown owned his team too. But
yeah, he did.
Those guys are great guys. I want to say something though that Coach Belichick said this year. He mentioned a guy's name that there were 2 great things that happened in college and pro football to me that touched my heart. Coach Belichick mentioned Bill Wade, the only Vanderbilt quarterback ever to win an NFL championship. A guy I used to see in downtown Nashville when I was a teenager, and he looked older than his years, sadly, and walked with a cane. And also, they mentioned Stetson Bennett broke one of Bratkowski's records, and that touched my heart too, because I love the Packers, and when Star got hurt, we knew he had a good backup. It wasn't like pro football today.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's good to hear y'all's voices, and I'll get off the line so Michigan Eddie can call.
Oh, Lord. No, can we stay on?
Yeah.
Can we talk more Tennessee instead of? Hey, I wanted to ask you real quick,
on.
and I'm gonna get in
Yeah,
this,
go ahead.
I'm gonna get in this a little bit. They're talking about doing the schedule different ways, but let's just say if they do it East-West and they keep it kind of like it is, and they play 8 conference games. What did you think about Alabama and Auburn jumping in with Tennessee, Vandy, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida? That would be one side, and then the other side would be Missouri, Texas, and Oklahoma join the West. What do you think about that?
I'm actually for that. Auburn probably should have been moved to the East a long time ago, but kept the Iron Bowl game as their permanent other side game.
Right.
But I don't know. They had Missouri over there in the East, and I'm for correcting it geographically and everything. And I think Alabama traditionally played Vanderbilt and Kentucky. I'm not sure. I can't remember.
They play Mississippi State more than anybody else.
Well, it's close. They used to take the bus.
Right.
Do they still take a bus over there?
I
mean,
think
they
so.
used to.
I believe they do.
I mean, it's the right thing to do financially. Oh, and random thought here. Creighton, which is in Omaha, Nebraska, plays in the Big East, and they played in Providence last night, I believe. If they can figure out how to buy jet fuel, surely everybody else can.
Yeah.
About moving the conferences around and all the other sports. So it's no problem's insurmountable if you put your mind to it and there's enough money.
Yeah, and I heard the commissioner say they're going to talk to their TV friends. So I got a feeling we're going to play 9 conference games. I hope we don't. It's tougher.
Why?
It's too
If
tough.
we get a guaranteed slot in the playoffs, I'm all for it. I'm sorry Austin Peay won't get to come to Tuscaloosa, and UT Martin might not get to come to
Well, they need that
Knoxville.
money. Southern Mississippi, we need that money.
Don't forget Mercer, too. They played Mercer.
Yeah, hey, Mercer, great place, Macon, Georgia. You talk about that's when you get into there, you got Otis Redding out of there, wasn't he out of there? Anyway, Macon's a great place. My brother went on a visit to Mercer, and he's there in line. They're going to eat at the cafeteria, and the football team and the basketball team got in a big fist fight in front of him, so he checked that off his list. that's from like 1974 or something.
Oh, my
Guys, y'all have a great day.
All right,
Go
Mike.
Vols.
Thanks for
All
calling,
right,
buddy.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Mike. All right. Getting back to the Grays, Jim, did I leave anybody? I know I left some people out, but if you were going to pick college, focus on college, basketball, to me, I would pick John Wooden.
Oh, John Wooden, no question.
Football, I'm sorry, it's either Bear Bryant or Woody Hayes. I'm still going to go with Bear. You'd probably go Woody.
No, I can see picking Bear. I mean,
All right.
got to acknowledge the fact he was good.
Now, baseball, I have no clue.
Well, the all-time winningest coach was Mike Martin, as far as wins. No,
With no national
It was a guy.
championship.
I'm take that back. It was a guy at Texas, Augie's. I can't think of his last name.
Well, let's give it to him. He probably won a national championship,
Yeah,
right?
I think he has one or two.
All right, NFL. Who would you go with, George, or would you go? Belichick. I'd have to go with him.
I'm not a big Belichick fan at all. Don Shula is.
Oh
pretty-
yeah, I forgot about Don
Don
Shula.
Shula, Northeastern Ohio is
I'll
pretty
just
good.
change my vote. I'm putting Don Shula, no doubt. That's
Just
a pretty
saying.
good pick. Yeah, He was the only coach to ever go undefeated and
Yeah.
win the Super Bowl.
Right.
Now New England went undefeated but lost the Super Bowl. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
lost in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
by
so
the-
we got to go.
The Giants beat them.
Don, forgive me. You are the king. No doubt about that. Do you want to help us with the NBA? I have no idea. If you would be a great coach?
The guy who won the most championships was Red Auerbach with the Celtics back in the 50s and 60s. I think he's got like 11 something. If you're going on championships, the Celtics are way ahead.
That sounds good. That sounds good. We can live with that. We got the champions right there.
That's right.
Do you know there are going to be 10 new coordinators in the SEC in 2023? 10 new coordinators, either offense or defense in the SEC. When you start losing football games, first thing you see, they start firing coordinators.
Yep.
And then after that, the head coach is gone usually next year if things don't get better.
The leashes have definitely gotten shorter. There's no question.
Now, we lost a great offensive coordinator from the national championship team. I don't have enough time to get into that right now. But sometime today, we're going to get into that. Todd did a great job at Georgia. Of course, he was former coach at Southern Mississippi. And they hired a great one. We'll talk about that.
Was he the head coach at Southern Miss, Todd Monken?
I believe he was. I can't remember. I think he was.
Why the heck did they get rid of him?
Why did they? Hey, there's a lot of things they did that cost them. That's the reason we're in the Sun Belt right now, not up there with Florida State and people like that. And one time we were on even playing field with FSU, Tulane, Memphis, Louisville. Louisville and FSU went to the top, and our saying is SMU, Southern Mississippi to the top. Well, we went to the bottom. Southern Mississippi to the bottom, just because of poor decision, poor leadership. Anyway, Jeff Bauer's there, 16 years winning season,
Yep.
winning all those bowl games, and all of a sudden,
Is he just retired now?
no, they fired him.
No, I know, but I mean, is he? I mean, he has.
He just
he's not coaching.
he made a good. They owed him a lot of money, and he's doing great. Still retired, living in South Mississippi, doing a great job. Married to Debbie.
Petal, Mississippi.
No, they don't live in Petal. I don't think it's Petal, but they're doing a great. I think it's Mississippi Gulf Coast. They moved down there, but he's just a great. You met Jeff. He's a really good guy. All right, we'll be right back. Let's talk about some of our great people. I want to thank Mike for that phone call. I don't know Michigan. I don't think Michigan Hat loves us anymore. Have you heard from him? Oh, he's been texting. Okay, that's right. We've been gone. I forgot everybody's been off the air for a while. Let's talk about. I'm going to talk about. Patrick does such a good job with our yard. Turf Pro Pest Control. You want that yard looking brand new? That's the guy you got to call. They do an incredible job. The trucks all throughout Bay Point. Everybody uses them out there. Turf Pro Pest Control. Give them a call. Set them up. Put you on a schedule. That yard will look fantastic. I guarantee you that. I want to thank Dr. Chad Mitchell. God bless him. He has helped me so much in my back. MRIs, everything else he's done for us. Appreciate it. That he's specialist. Dr. Chad Mitchell, a legend, hopefully he'll be here. I'm hoping he'll be here Monday. I know he's doing some things right now, but hopefully he'll be back in town. And he's been taking care of Bay County athletes for 23 years. A legend. He'll take care of you. He does a great job. I guarantee you that. He'll listen to him right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida every Monday morning. Also, don't forget about Bay Point. I told you I saw Ryan. He does a great job out there. They got college golf tournaments going on out there. They got everything you can name out there at Bay Point. If you love golf, that's the only place to play. I encourage you, make an appointment to put a golf tournament on. If you're a booster club member or something like that, you want to make big money, that's the way to go. Brody's Barbecue on Back Beach Road. Ethan Boyd does an incredible job. I think Ethan's going to come in with us tomorrow. The guy's incredible. 350-seat facility. They got the room in the back, the Lorelei Layton room in the back. Go schedule yourself a party, Jim Brandt birthday party, Valentine's party, business meeting, chamber meeting, whatever. Go call them, tell them you need it. They'll do it. They'll cater. They do everything. Rudy's Barbecue on Back Beach Road. They're incredible. We'll be right back. You listen to the legendary ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents the Race to Daytona.
Mr. Richard Bodon, you are now on the clock. We need you here in 4 seconds. Miles, what you got for me, man?
He's on the line. Are you ready?
Yeah.
3 seconds.
No.
I called it. I put up 3 fingers.
You're headed to Daytona, my man. Tell me how excited you are right now.
Real excited, man. Thank you so much.
Play the Race to Daytona on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Thank you.
Ellis Agency Insurance has been serving Panama City and Bay County for years. They offer a full line of affordable insurance coverage of all types. Many people are attracted to Ellis Agency Insurance because of their friendly, knowledgeable staff. Call independent agent Johnny Ellis for a true comparison of your personal or business insurance. Ellis Agency Insurance at the Old Cullen Insurance location, 1134 Harrison Avenue, across from Dandy Donuts and Deli. Call 763-1627.
Since 2007, Coastal Impressions Print Shack has been providing the area with top-of-the-line custom printing services. They specialize in printing, signs, t-shirts, and more. Need vehicle graphics or other promotional items? Coastal Impressions Print Shack can help. For more information or to place an order, stop by and see Coastal Impressions Print Shack at the corner of Thomas Drive and Highway 98 or call 850-230-0488. Coastal Impressions Print Shack, your one-stop print shop.
Do you know who I am?
If he was the last person on Earth,
I'm kind of a big deal.
mankind would still have a chance.
We may have to repopulate the Earth.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm very important.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida on a beautiful Wednesday. Jim Bob's in here. Usually he's here on Tuesday. Brian's feeling a little bit under the weather. Jim Bob is good enough to come in here on Wednesday and spend some time with us. Appreciate that. And we're waiting on the legendary Dr. Ward. Dr. Ward, where are you? We're waiting for you to call us. Hopefully he's okay. Let's see if we can get him on the phone. I think that's the legendary doctor right there. Tell you what, he has worked on everyone, I think, in our family and does an incredible job. If you have any problems, it's deadly. It's not deadly. We know somebody right now suffering because of skin cancer. If you have an issue, I think 1 in 5 develop it. It can save your life. 5 minutes. You better don't play around with it. You better call Dr. Ward. He does a great job. Matter of fact, my next door neighbor, Doug, drives to Atlanta. He's from Atlanta. Had a doctor over there.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's retiring. He says, I've heard you talk about Dr. Ward. I'm going to get up with him. So got a new patient.
There you
right
go.
There. Just from this advertising. All right, do we got him? The legendary Dr. Ward. Doc, how you doing, buddy?
Or not.
Let's try it again. You forget. You want me to come here and do it?
Yeah, there you go.
We're getting him. We're trying to get him. Doc, you there?
I'd say no.
I think he's there. I think we can't get him. Our equipment had COVID also.
Something's going on.
We've been doctoring. All right, Doc, we're going to try it again. Call back. We'll try it one more time. Let's see if we can get him. We're working it. We are working it. Jim, I think the whole studio got sick.
Something's not working.
We'll get it. We will get it. Maybe it's working. We can't hear him. I don't know. But anyway, hopefully we'll get Dr. Ward in here and talk about some couple things. The Texas Longhorns, Oklahoma, everybody's heard about it by now. They're going to join the SEC 2024, so we got one more year to wait. Also, Southern Cal and LSU to join the Big Ten also
UCLA.
in 2024.
UCLA.
Who did I say?
LSU.
Did I really?
Yes.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug, man. The other stuff they give me is pretty bad, too. I think we got him. Let's try it one more time. Yeah, LSU, I think they have jumped to the Big Ten. Yeah. I think they're sick ass. He didn't fit, so we'll take him up there. All right. We were working on the phone system to get Dr. Ward in. We had Mike, easy. Mike might have messed everything up.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward, no, seriously, are you looking forward to the Big Ten 2024 when Southern Cal
It'll be interesting
and UCLA
to see how they
I want to see their schedule.
Yeah, how they figure it all out. They'll give the Big Ten, 16 teams. So it's going to create some scheduling
That's
issues
pretty neat.
for sure.
They're traveling from, let's say they open up with Penn State in late November or October or whatever. That's a long flight, Big Daddy, from L.A.
Well, how about L.A. to Rutgers or L.A. to Maryland? Same thing.
Crazy.
That's a long
We got
way.
him now. Doc, are you there?
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, we can
the
hear you.
legend. The legend. Sweet. Doc, my back has been killing me, man. I almost came to you for my back.
Please
I know
come
how
in
good you
here
are.
and put him out of his misery. Put him down, something. He's crying.
I'm on
carrying
that. I'm on that pain relief medicine, so I might screw up a little bit today, but I'll do the best I can. How are you doing?
I'm having a great morning. How about y'all?
Yeah. We're here. Hey, did you have a good Valentine's? Did you take care of that beautiful wife of yours?
You know what? Misty and I wised up a long time ago, and we actually never do anything outside of our house on Valentine's Day. We had a fabulous dinner on Monday night, the 13th.
You beat the crowd.
And absolutely. Let everybody else fight each other for reservations. It's just a random day, so why not do it the day before, the day after?
Yeah. I always wondered that. That's why you're where you're at. You're smart. You make the right choices, right decisions, and you have a trophy wife. I mean, you got it made. Beautiful children. Go ahead.
You always got to outkick your coverage.
Jim and I were talking earlier. Said, "Well, I think he did." Yeah. I would mess with it. All right, I got a question for you. First of all, before we start, you got anything for us today? Anything you want to share?
Anything to share? Not really. Just I hadn't talked to you since Alabama played Florida in basketball, and let me tell you, you guys just murdered us. What's up with the basketball team? Just knowing how to murder other teams.
We're just a basketball factory school. We're not known for football anymore. We're a basketball school and proud of it. Can you believe we're ranked number one in basketball? That's crazy.
That's great, man. It's great. It's
Yeah.
great. Y'all are now a basketball school. Georgia's the football school, and y'all are the basketball school.
You're about right. You're right on that.
Hey, even a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while. You know what I'm saying? So you enjoy the number
Coach,
one while you can.
Oh Lord.
No, Coach, did you caught my murder analogy, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Thank you
Yeah,
for that.
yeah.
That was me. That was me. Now, speaking of Florida basketball, is the cut now? He's okay, right? I mean, he's only been there. What? This is his first year. This is his first year. The basketball coach of Florida.
It's his first year.
Yeah,
I
so
tell
he's
you
okay for
what,
a while.
Scott Strickland better hope the basketball coach is the right pick, because he's made some coaching hires, and we're still switching basketball and football coaches. So I think Napier's the right pick. I don't know about Golden, but
Slow down.
Scott Strickland better make some home run hires, or Gator fans may start looking at our AD pretty hard.
Well, I want to ask you this, because there's an ESPN analyst. They had an article, and he said warns that Billy Napier will probably be on the hot seat this year for the Florida Gators. And you think about it. Last game they played, they got beat by 27 points in a bowl game. They looked like Florida didn't want to be there. They were out-coached. It was pitiful looking. Then you have the big mess with the NIL deal with the quarterback. That was a bad look for Florida. To me, it wasn't, but most of the country is going to use that against them. And they were 6-7 last year. And the schedule this year coming up is as tough as anybody else in the country. And they open up at Utah. That's going to be on the road. That's going to be tough. You got FSU is going to be ranked in the top 10 at the end of the year. And then you play in the SEC. So my question to you is, in the old days, you get 3 to 5 years. It's a 5-year contract. Now, you see what happened in Auburn. They fired Harsin halfway through the second year. You think Billy Napier is on the hot seat? And you think they have the same type of year? All right, wait a minute. What do they have? What do they go 6-7 again? Now, some Florida fans are different than you.
Yeah, I look. You're right. Some Florida fans are different, but look, everybody knows you got to give a coach the time to recruit his own talent and to put his own system in. Everybody knows you cannot do it in a year. You probably can't do it in 2 years. I think it would be the following season. If let's say he does have a 6-7 year again, it would be the following season that a third year of 6-7 would probably get him canned.
Yeah, and I don't see Florida going 6-7 next year. I think it'll be a lot better than what people think. The guy can coach. He's learned from Nick Saban. He learns from Dabo. He did an unbelievable job Louisiana. The problem is, though, you can have a great team and be a lot better, but when you play the competition they have to play, sometimes you don't get the wins that that other leagues would get, and that's just a fact.
I just hope he hired an analyst somewhere that can manage the clock, because that was if you ask me about what did he do that was totally fixable, that he had serious trouble with, clock management was definitely not a strength of Billy Napier last year.
I'm with you. All right, I'm gonna.
The good news is clock management was important, and we were in a lot of really close games. Except for that last one. I mean, that's the good news. His 6-7 could have easily been, 8-5. So, and then we're talking to different. We're saying, hey, we beat a couple really good teams.
I want to switch gears a second. I meant to ask you this first, so forgive me. What do you think? What did you think about the Super Bowl? I thought it was a great game, and I enjoyed watching it. 113 million watched it. What was your take on the Super Bowl?
I thought it was a very, very good, entertaining game. I hate that defensive holding call at the end. I thought that was just really unfortunate. I think you let those players play and not let the refs decide the game. But overall, I was entertained. Would love to have seen how it would have played out without that call.
Yeah, to me, I talked to Jim about this earlier. To me, they were letting them play, and then at the very end of the game, they got real picky about it. And remember, the guy that threw the flag, he was right on the Chiefs' sidelines. They were yelling, screaming at him. The guy did grab his jersey. He threw the flag, but they've been doing it the whole game, and they hadn't called it, and this time they did, and that did have a big effect on the football game right there. So I know a lot of people were upset about it, but truly it was a penalty. But it was.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying, but I'm in the camp that I mean, look, if he holds the dude, he falls down, but I mean that was way before the throw, and it was also did it impede his movement? And maybe a little bit, but you see that happening all game long and no flags. And then you see the flag at the end when it's honestly, that was the deciding factor.
I was like you. I said the exact same thing. I'm watching the game, going like, they hadn't done this all the whole dang game, and now all of a sudden they throw that. Of course, I wanted the Eagles to win, so maybe that's another reason.
Hey, listen. Everybody wanted like all of the NFL. I feel like wanted the Chiefs to win. I feel like anyway. That's just my take on it. Yeah. Everybody likes Reed and Mahomes. I was kind of going for Jalen and his team. I was wanting them to pull it out.
Thank you. The Alabama connections there. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Hey Doc, real quick, we got to take a break right now. Tell everybody what's the best way to get up with you.
Give us a holler, 233-3376. You can reach us from one of our 8 area convenient locations in Port St. Joe, Panama City Beach, Watersound, Santa Rosa Beach, Defuniak Springs, Marianna, and Bonifay. Just give us a holler. 5 minutes could save your life. We can get most people in within 2 weeks. And if you got skin cancer, we'll get you skin cancer free for 2023.
Don't play around with this. It can be deadly. We know that for a fact. We got one of our former coaches dealing with this right now, sadly dealing with this right now. I'll tell you another thing that you want to have a great time. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. That you buy one small draft beer, guess what? The next one's free. Tequila, the same way, and house wine, the exact same thing. Pitchers, $5. Can't beat that anywhere. Happy hour 3 to 7. Great lunch specials every single day. Go try it. You'll love it. And you watch all NBA, college basketball, anything you want right down there at El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. Bay Point Golf, we talked about them a minute ago. You love golf, that's where you're going to go. Blue Sky Smith's Car Wash on Bat Beach Road. You want that vehicle or truck to look brand new, go try it one time. You'll go back there every time. They do a great job down there. Great staff. Blue Sky Smith's Car Wash. And Newbies, John and Charlotte. Love them. They do an incredible job. You want to have a great time. The Mothership, the best bands in the Southeast. Newbies 2 on the Curve, another great place to go watch all sporting events. Have a great time. There's been remodeled, gorgeous. We had everything set up for Monday. Coach Don Solinger, used to coach at Miami. John's coached at Southridge, I think, in high school. Mm-hmm. You and I have met him before. I talked to him on the phone. We had everything set up for Monday. Of course, I couldn't be here because I called him, I can't do it. We got sickness in the building and also my back. But we're going to try to work out a time, have him come on the phone. He's in the Hall of Fame down there in Miami. Coached for years.
Yeah, he's a great coach.
Oh he's 78 years old, still in great shape.
He's a very good speaker. I've seen him at clinics more than once.
Yeah.
He's very good.
Hope we'll get him on here with you guys. John was going to have been great, him and John both being here. All right, we'll be right back. You listen to ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents the Race to Daytona.
Mr. Richard Baudon, you are now on the clock. You need to hear in 4 seconds. Miles, what you got for me, man?
He's on the line. Are you ready?
Yeah.
3 seconds.
No.
I called it. I put up 3 fingers.
You're headed to Daytona, my man. Tell me how excited you are right now.
Real excited, man. Thank you so much.
Play the Race to Daytona on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Thank you.
Good Wednesday morning. I'm forecasting a blend of sun and clouds and low 70s or so this afternoon. A south wind about 10 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy overnight in the low 60s with light winds. Partly to mostly cloudy Thursday, maybe a few showers. Highs around 75, rather gusty winds. This weather forecast has been brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. For ESPN Northwest Florida, I'm meteorologist Tim Root.
Hi folks, it's Tracy with Tracy's Fine Jewelry. Did you know that we have a master jeweler right here in the store? That's right, he has over 30 years experience in the art of repairing jewelry. Most repairs are done within 2 business days, so don't send your jewelry off for 6 weeks. Bring it to us at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. We size rings and solder chains. We can reset your diamond into new settings and even custom design. You'll get your jewelry back quickly and looking as good as new. Tracy's Fine Jewelry, Bay County's trusted jeweler for over 45 years.
Reliable Copy Products is proud to be the exclusive dealer in Northwest Florida for Kyocera office equipment. Reliable Copy Products has been committed to providing professional, personalized service for the last 35 years. They understand that the right equipment does not always fall within today's budget requirements, so they offer several options for the equipment you need today for the growth you expect tomorrow. Call James Smothers at 784-6601, 784-6601. Reliable Copy Products on Harrison Avenue, just north of Bay High School.
On the run, caught. Time to let the big dogs eat.
How about that answer by Georgia? In the end zone, touchdown, Georgia!
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio, ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Jim Brandt with us this morning, and the legendary Dr. Ward's with us, the Gator Man himself. I tell you, it's funny when I go to restaurants, people stop me and say, "Can you tell Dr. Ward?" Of course, they're FSU fans.
Right.
Hey, all right, Dr. Ward, I got a question for you. Let's jump into this. This is Texas, Oklahoma coming in for 2024 season. It's going to cost them about $100 million. To combine, to leave. That kind of tells you the kind of money the SEC pays out, especially with the new TV contract. There's talk about Alabama, Georgia going to the east. Missouri will be in the west. Texas, Oklahoma will be in the west. Or they're also talking about 9-game schedule, breaking down with 3 teams being a permanent teams, and they rotate everybody in within the next 4 years. So I want to jump in. This is what they have for the Georgia Bulldogs if they go to 3 teams that will always be on your schedule, permanent teams. For the Georgia Bulldogs, they have selected the Auburn Tigers, which is the oldest rivalry in the country or in the SEC, Florida Gators, and South Carolina. Those would be the 3 teams Georgia has to play every year, and then they would, put the other 6 more games and play a 9-game schedule. And I still think we need to be very careful about a 9-game schedule if we're going to have teams playing for the national championship. Alabama was the top 4 team. They didn't get in because they lost 2 ball games. If you play a tough schedule, you're going to lose some games. Kentucky, I'm looking at Kentucky. Well, let's go back to Georgia. What do you think about Georgia? You agree with who they picked? Florida, Auburn,
I
South
do.
Carolina.
Definitely. Yeah. You can't do Tennessee because then that's just like you'd be giving for once you'd be disadvantaging Georgia by giving them 3 teams that are usually pretty good.
I thought it was going to be Tennessee. I thought it was going to be Auburn, Florida, and Tennessee. I think the SEC said that's too tough. Georgia's one of our blue bloods. They've won a national they won multiple national championships now. They're the future. Maybe Alabama's dead, gone. So I think they helped them out.
No. I'm hoping that they treat Florida similarly by we got to have Georgia. We have to have Georgia and Tennessee. But I'd hope that the third one they gave us is someone like Vanderbilt.
We'll get there. Kentucky. They gave Kentucky, Ole Miss, South Carolina, and Vandy. The only tough. Ole Miss is really tough. I wouldn't mind having
dude, they must. Dude, Mark Stoops must be like, thank you, SEC. I love you.
Yeah, the commissioner loves him, I guess. Jim, that's easy. That's not bad now.
Now, are these?
This would be the 3 teams you got to play.
Are these in stone, or these are just what people think?
Let's just say it's in stone now.
It's not in stone.
It's in stone here on 104.3. Yeah. All right, here's the other one. Alabama Crimson Tide. Here's their 3 teams. Wow. They didn't do them any favors. Auburn, LSU, Tennessee. That's 3 tough ones.
They did not do Alabama any favors. You were right.
They took care of Georgia. They did take care of Georgia.
They need to give Georgia Tennessee then.
Yeah,
they need to give Georgia Tennessee.
We have played Mississippi State more than anybody else in the SEC. That's tough. Arkansas, Mississippi State, Missouri, and Texas. What do you think about that?
Arkansas A&M has been a classic. I really hate that.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's not set in stone because Arkansas needs to play A&M.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that one. Now, I thought they'd probably maybe give them Oklahoma, but they gave them Texas. All right, here is the Auburn Tigers. They didn't do Auburn any favors at all. Wow. They love Georgia. They love Georgia. They don't care about the state of Alabama. Auburn, Alabama, Georgia, and LSU.
Woo!
Boy, that's tough. That is crazy.
Who does Auburn have?
Alabama, Georgia, and LSU. Who's won the national championships in 2000? All three of those teams have won it. That's
tough.
crazy.
I'd be protesting if I was Auburn. I'd go to the commissioner's office and throw a flag on that.
Yeah, that's ugly. All right, here you go. The Florida Gators. The Florida Gators. Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina.
Vanderbilt is a bigger rival for us than South Carolina. I really want Vanderbilt.
That's who I wanted Alabama to have, Kentucky and Vandy.
Tennessee Martin.
Tennessee Martin. Yeah. But anyway, Florida, that's not too bad. I mean, you play. I kind of thought it'd be Kentucky, to be honest with you. I thought it'd be Kentucky. I thought it'd be Georgia, Kentucky.
You know
Tennessee.
what? That would make it fairer if they would put Florida on Kentucky. At least in Kentucky, to have one blue blood on their schedule. And I'm sorry, Ole Miss isn't a blue blood. They're a product of Lane Kiffin being the coach right now. But as soon as he's gone, Ole Miss is going to be back to where they normally are.
Let's look at Tennessee. Tennessee has Alabama, Florida. That's not very good. But the last one, Vandy, they came out pretty good. Alabama, Florida, and Vandy. If you got Vandy on there, you're doing pretty good. Texas, let's see what Texas got. Well, no, I'm going to go Texas A&M. Texas A&M, Mississippi State. Ooh, man. Mississippi State, Oklahoma, and Texas. Southwest.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Mississippi State's it's kind of one that is not a blue blood either.
All right, let's see if I can get another one up here. Let me pull this up. Give me a second. All right, the other one, Vandy, Kentucky, Missouri, and Tennessee. They kind of took care of Vandy. Don't you think?
Hey, for Vandy, that's a fair schedule. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here's is the Texas Longhorns. Texas has the big rival game is back. A&M, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. That's pretty good. That's tough. Yeah, that's pretty tough.
Yeah.
That's good though. I like that. Make it tough on the new boys. All right. Give me a second. I got to pull this thing back up. Who's next? We haven't done Oklahoma, have we? Let's try Oklahoma.
No.
Oklahoma, Missouri, Texas, and Texas A&M. Okay, that's pretty good. You got one. They can compete with Missouri right now. The other two are going to be tough games for them, like they are anyway. LSU, you've got Alabama, Auburn, and Ole Miss. They didn't do them any favors. That's pretty tough. Mississippi State. I do Mississippi State. Mississippi State, Arkansas, Ole Miss, Texas A&M. And we got South Carolina.
That's tough. That's really tough for them.
South Carolina, you got Georgia, Florida, and Kentucky. What do you think about that for South Carolina?
That's good. That's fair for South Carolina.
I tell you what, man, the guy's doing a good job. He really is. All right. Missouri, you got Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Vandy.
Fair for Missouri.
Okay. I really don't care about that. But anyway, Ole Miss Rebels, Kentucky, LSU, and Mississippi State. That's not that bad.
No.
They're getting better. LSU, Mississippi State, we lost a coach. Got a new coaching staff coming there because of Coach Leach. So I like that for Ole Miss because he's doing a great job. He's bringing great players in there. They should be able to compete with Kentucky. They should compete with Mississippi State. The only one and they always do well against LSU. That's a big rival game. That's not bad at all. What do you think about that? What do you want to happen? Do you want the SEC to go keep it like as it is, East-West, let Alabama Then Auburn joined the East, and you got Missouri, Texas, and Oklahoma in the West. What's your thoughts on that?
I would like if Alabama and Auburn go in the East, what I'd like to see happen is have every team play every team in their division, and then if there are any leftover games, you swap out from the other one. I'd almost want to see those rivalries maintained, and then you'll see the other opponent very rarely unless you're in the championship game. And I think it would be sad for LSU because I know they would lose some of their longtime rivalries. But really, when you look at the two divisions and the histories, I think change is gonna happen. And what you just described, the three permanent teams with the other ones rotating. I think it I don't really like it very much.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So yeah.
I don't know. I'm with you. I think ESPN's going to have a lot to say about it. If they do the three permanent like this and rotate all the other ones on, you're going to get big time games. It's going to hurt the SEC in the long run. It's going to be very hard to go undefeated. It's going to be hard to. A lot of teams, a lot of great powerhouse schools are going to lose 2 games, not just one. And if they put the 12 best teams in and not by these stupid conference championships, then I'd be okay with it. But if they're going to keep the conference championships in, you mean to tell me the Big 12, they're going to get an automatic bid every time? They're going to have a bye? I don't like that at all. Hey, Doc, we got to go. Real quick, give us another shout-out where to get you if we have some issues.
Yeah, just give us a call, 233-3376. All it takes is 5 minutes to look you over head to toe, make sure that you don't have skin cancer. And if you do, we'll find it. We'll take care of it. Dermatology specialist, you can be skin cancer free for 2023.
There you go, baby. He is the best at what he does. Every my family's been there, does an incredible job. Matter of fact, by the way, Doris is doing great. I know you took the stitches out. She's doing really well, and you did a great job. Really appreciate that.
My pleasure.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you next week, okay?
All right, sounds good, Coach.
All
Bye-bye.
Right, thank you, Doc. All right, Dr. Ward, incredible guy. Also, let's talk about some of our great sponsors. Love every single one of you guys. They do a great job. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better, feel better? Go see Jason Kovaleski. The guy's incredible. The Buckeye himself. I got 2 Buckeyes in here. Mm-hmm. I meant to tell you, I was at a restaurant, started talking to people, big time. They were from Ohio. They were down. I said, well, I got 2 Buckeyes. You need to listen on Fridays. And they said, man, we're here. We will. But anyway.
There you go.
There you go. Also, don't forget about Paparazzi Gourmet Deli. If you love pizza, there's only one place to go. That is Paparazzi Gourmet Deli. Big John, retired police officer, does a great job. There's 3 restaurants in one. You got the deli, you got the bakery, you got the pizzas. It is incredible, believe me. All right, we'll be right back on ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The afternoon underdogs.
Look, a lot of people like, how in the world aren't there pitchforks and torches in Kentucky over Kentucky basketball? And that's easy. Louisville is that much worse.
Yeah, that's it.
So not the whole side of the state is coming after Cal, but the blue half certainly is.
4 to 6 weekdays. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good Wednesday morning. I'm forecasting a blend of sun and clouds in the low 70s or so this afternoon. A south wind about 10 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy overnight in the low 60s with light winds. Partly to mostly cloudy Thursday, maybe a few showers. Highs around 75, rather gusty winds. This weather forecast has been brought to you by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. For ESPN Northwest Florida, I'm meteorologist Tim Root.
Sykes Concrete has been in business in this area since 1947, and 3 generations later, they're still going strong. See Sykes Concrete for dirt, sand, rock, and concrete. They can handle any size job from the smallest to the largest. Sykes Concrete pays CDL truck drivers some of the highest wages in Bay County, making $50,000 to $75,000 a year, including holiday and vacation pay, plus health insurance. See Hugh Sykes at Sykes Concrete, 8030 Highway 77 on the right, just north of Southport Elementary School.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WTOT W271DM Mariana, WVLQ Port St. Joe, powered by Pepsi, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Here at Panama City Toyota, we love things that last. Of course, it starts with beautiful, reliable Toyota cars and trucks. It continues with every customer relationship, across generations and hundreds of thousands of miles. And now, we're proud to offer something you can count on year after year after year. A free lifetime warranty that covers your drivetrain and powertrain. If you shop with us, we'll be here for you. Because peace of mind should last throughout your entire journey.
Put down your natural light. It's time for the Alabama Update. The Alabama Update, weekday mornings at 8. On the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Bama basketball is rolling pretty good right now. They're rolling like Stevenson Air Conditioning. Stevenson Air Conditioning is number one. You got a problem, call Jason. They got a great crew down there. They'll come out day or night, take care of all your needs. Stevenson Air Conditioning is number one, just like the Crimson Tide in basketball. We're not talking about football, basketball. Before we jump into Bama, I think we have a phone call. All right, let's take this phone call. Good morning.
Good morning, Coach. David Beck.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, who is this?
This is David Beck. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good. David, how you doing, buddy?
Great. Hope you had a good Valentine's Day.
I had a great
I got a little question for you. Do you know what Brady is doing?
No, well, then he's going to take the year off, then start doing the Fox TV.
Yeah, supposedly the plan is he's going to retire from football and he's going to take a year off. I don't know what he's going to do, and then he's going to take a job with Fox.
Yeah. Highest paid guy out there. I think it averages like $35 million a year.
30-some million a year to do football.
To talk, do what we're doing. We're making that kind of money here too.
Big checks.
I hear that. I had heard that, but I also heard, San Francisco kind of debating on him, and Oakland Raiders.
I think he's done.
Yeah, supposedly he's turned in his paperwork to the league to retire, so we'll see.
But you're right. I mean, who knows? He might 2 months from now change his mind and go play for somebody else. I don't know.
Personally, I don't know why he would keep playing. He has nothing to prove. He's got 7 championships, has every record known to man. What is he still playing for?
One injury. Yeah, he's been healthy too. That's pretty healthy. So I'm with you.
For the most part.
Do you think, David? Do you think he should play? I think he should just go away. Go.
I think when he won the Super Bowl, he should have went out right then that year.
I agree, 100%.
With Tampa Bay. But I don't know. He's got that want to. I know that.
Now you asked me a question. I'm going to ask you one. Did you have a good Valentine's?
Oh yeah.
What did y'all do? What did y'all do?
Well, we're doing it probably tonight.
Okay. Now Dr. Ward did it before Valentine's. You're doing it after Valentine's. It's the same thing. Just to beat the crowd. You don't have to worry about
kind of, sort of, yeah. Yeah, going to dinner.
Well, I tell you what.
Yeah, going to dinner.
Since you called, if you want to take her to Rudy's Barbecue, you can take her on me. When you get off the phone, don't hang up. Tell John all the information. We're going to give you a $25 gift certificate to Rudy's Valentine's. Rudy's
I'd love to.
And you can
I love it.
You've been there before? Good.
It's the best there is.
Well,
I know that.
If she wants barbecue the day after Valentine's, you take her there and have a good time.
No, that would be great.
Okay, now I gave you
that
some.
Would be
what are you
great.
giving
I
up?
appreciate that.
When are you going to bring some donuts? No,
yeah, maybe I could bring you some deer sausage or something.
There you go.
Y'all might not like deer sausage, but maybe I can set y'all up or something.
There's some good stuff, buddy. Hey, well, I don't know if I should get into that or not. There's talk about the psycho wants to get rid of our Second Amendment and not let us have guns and stuff, semi-automatics. I started thinking about those hunters are not going to let that happen. I will never give up my gun.
I'm not either.
No, thank you. I hope
I'm not either.
I hope we stand up for that crap. But
everybody
I heard
needs
say
a
that.
pack.
I thought about hunting, semi-automatics and stuff. I said, everybody, I think everybody's got one. That's crazy. Anyway.
Well, more of these shootings. I mean, it's crazy. All these shootings, like the one that happened in Michigan, yesterday?
Yeah. It's crazy.
I mean, it's like it's happening everywhere. I just hope it don't happen here. Yeah, I got a granddaughter that goes to Mosley. And,
brother, I hear you. I worry about that stuff all the time. I'm telling you.
I'm telling you. I mean, it could happen.
Let me ask you that, Dave. What do you think about? We usually Alabama's number one in football. Everybody's kind of used to that. But what about basketball? The number one team in the country in basketball. Does that surprise you?
I tell you what, now even last year they had a pretty good team, and they've been coming up the ladder a little bit, like Florida did that year when they won everything.
Yeah.
They won the football and the basketball the same year, isn't that right?
Yes.
And that's only.
I mean,
2007.
How many teams have done that?
I think they're the only one.
Yeah, that's incredible. Well, Alabama. Let's talk about Alabama basketball. They're 12-0 in the conference. They're 22-3 overall. They're 12-0 at home, 8-1 on the road. Neutral sites, they're 2-2. They got a good team. There's no doubt about that. They got a great head coach.
They sure.
And I tell you what, them beating Auburn. I told Jim. I don't know if Jim or not. I thought Auburn would beat them at Auburn because it's hard to win there. When they came in there, that was a good game. Auburn led most of the way, but Alabama pulled it out. That's when I started thinking maybe they will do something special this year because they've always been pretty good. And then they go to Auburn and they get beat. But to beat Auburn on the road, that was a big deal.
I'm telling you, and I mean they're due to win it all. I mean, wouldn't that be something?
Hey, your granddaughter's at Mosley. She plays sports or anything?
Yeah, she played soccer last year. She didn't. She wasn't on the team this year, but I guess she'll go out again.
What year is she?
She's a 10th grader.
10th grader. God bless her.
Yeah, she played in. She played sports in Mobile, right down the road, the same school at McCarran.
That's good.
His school was right down the road from her school, and
that's
they
South
kind of
Mobile,
everybody up.
Down south of Mobile.
Yeah, actually pretty close.
I can't think of it.
Fairview around. I mean, I don't even remember the name of the place. It was on this side of the bridge.
Yeah.
Back in there, all around Foley and all that in there.
Yeah, there's good athletes down that way now. They love sports down
there.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's God's country.
It's pretty country out there. It's a lot of pretty. It's just pretty out there. A lot of money out there too.
All right, Mike. Listen, don't hang up. He's gonna give you all the information, get you a $25 gift certificate. You know we now our studio has been moved. We're in Panama City Beach now.
Right.
Okay.
Go ahead. I drove out there one day just to see where it was at. There, close to the dollar store.
You come across that bridge, take a left on Thomas Drive, keep coming down. You'll see to your left-hand side, you'll see a little car wash place and the Dollar General.
Right in between.
Take a left right there. What's the name of that street? Take a left on.
Gwynn, I think.
Gwynn, I think that's right. Take a left on Gwynn. Take your next right. You're right there. You can see
the sun.
Yeah. They got a 12 by 12 picture of me and Jim holding hands. It's pretty cool.
I'll try to get y'all some deer sausage out one day.
That sounds good, buddy. Hey, listen, have a great day. Don't hang up. Get all the information. We love you, brother. Thank you, man.
I appreciate y'all.
All right, buddy.
Bye.
Big man. I like him. That's a good guy right there. All right, Jim, let's get my Bama update. Oh, man. Alabama, the team with the most NFL draft picks since 2000. The most picks since 2000. Number one, Ohio State, 157. Number two, Alabama, 144. I can't believe this, how close this is. Number three, LSU, 143. Georgia Bulldogs, 139. Now, that's your top four right there, okay? Out of your top four, Jim Bob, Alabama's won a national championship. LSU's won a national championship. Georgia won a national championship. And Ohio State's won a national championship since then.
True.
If you got guys on your team that play Saturday, they can play on Sunday, you're going to win a lot of football games. And here it is right here, black and white. They got all the guys going to the NFL. They're winning the national championships. Miami was number 6, 124. Southern Cal had 120. That's pretty good. Now, you go since Nick Saban's been in Alabama, it changes up. Alabama's number one then since 2007 when Nick Saban got there. One particular position Alabama's done a really good job since Nick Saban's been there is turning out NFL running backs. You look all through the league now. Oakland's running back led the league. You got the big Derrick Henry, the big stud, does a great job with Tennessee. But here we go. The best, I'm going to say the best running backs, the top 5 running backs in Alabama history for statistics. Number 5, Ken Darby, 2003, 2006. Jim Bob, he rushed for 3,324 yards and 11 touchdowns. Back then in those days, they stayed 4 years. Okay?
True.
So those guys would probably have better stats. Coming at number 4 goes back to Bobby Humphries, 1985 to 1988. He had 3,420 yards and 33 touchdowns.
Got 1 minute there, Big Daddy.
1 minute, okay. At number 3, you have any idea who number 3 is? Played
Derek Alexander.
Great job. He was a great running back from Kentucky, the number 1 player out of Kentucky, number 1 running back in the country coming out of high school. He signs with Bama. He played there from 1996, 1999 for Gene Stallings. He rushed for 3,565 yards, 41 touchdowns. We get back, we'll tell you the 2 best, statistically wise, rushing yards for the Crimson Tide of Alabama. We got to go? All right. If you want that house to be cool in the summer and warm in the winter, you go to Stevenson Air Conditioning. Jason, Stevenson Air Conditioning is number 1, like Bama basketball, every single year, number 1, Stevenson Air Conditioning. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, 102.1 Mariana, 101.9 Port St. Joe. Legendary ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents 500 miles of paint swapping, fender bending, tradition. Since 1959, the home of legends has been the Daytona 500. Listen in ultra-high fidelity on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good Wednesday morning. I'm forecasting a blend of sun and clouds in the low 70s or so this afternoon. A south wind about 10 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy overnight in the low 60s with light winds. Partly to mostly cloudy Thursday, maybe a few showers. Highs around 75, rather gusty winds. This weather forecast has been brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. For ESPN Northwest Florida, I'm meteorologist Tim Root.
Ellis Agency Insurance has been serving Panama City and Bay County for years. They offer a full line of affordable insurance coverage of all types. Many people are attracted to Ellis Agency Insurance because of their friendly, knowledgeable staff. Call independent agent Johnny Ellis for a true comparison of your personal or business insurance. Ellis Agency Insurance at the Old Cullen Insurance location, 1134 Harrison Avenue, across from Dandy Donuts and Deli. Call 763-1627.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Tiger fans, join us weekday mornings at 8:15. It's the Bay Point Golf Auburn Update on the Coach James Hale Show at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hey, Martha, Kenny, James Guadalmar, all you wonderful, outstanding Auburn Tiger fans. Brought to you by Bay Point Golf, Ron Movie and Beth. And now, I think we have a caller, right? Let's take this phone call. Good morning.
How y'all doing? It's Will. How y'all doing this morning?
Who is it?
It's Will.
Hey, Will, how you doing, buddy?
Good. Hey, I was listening to the doc earlier, and I believe he's right. I think they need to give Napier a chance. I think that this day and time, people are so quick to get rid of coaches, and
yep.
I mean, honestly, when you get rid of a coach, you're only going to replace the coach with somebody that's probably worse than them anyway, because people aren't firing good coaches.
Yeah.
And I think the doc's right. You know, wherever his weakness is, whether it be clock management or getting to work on time, or you just hire those little assistants and pay them $50,000 a year, and or whatever it takes. I mean, that's peanuts in college football, but you know, get enough assistants around that coach to make the coach better. I don't think that firing them. I mean, the school just takes a big loss every single doggone time.
All right, well, let's look at Auburn. Harsin, he comes in there. They didn't want him. The big boys didn't want him. He was like dead man walking the day he got hired. They got rid of the president. They got rid of the AD, and he was left, and they finally got rid of him. I think if they were all on the same page and they were all backed him, I think he was a pretty good football coach. I think things could have been different. But I'll be honest with you, who they've got now is going to win at Auburn. It turned out really good. That one particular incident, I think, is going to be pretty good. Florida, I'm with you. I think it's totally. I think they got a guy that can coach there now. But Will, you know how it's like. Florida's kind of like Florida. SEC's the SEC. I think they're all schools like that. If you don't win, they're going to get rid of you. He plays a tough schedule, but I'm with you. They're using that one thing, that NIL deal. They're going to kill him with that in recruiting. They're going to do everything they can to kill Florida in recruiting with that. You know, Florida State. Everybody recruits against them. It's you know how dirty recruiting is. So
well, that's going to make future recruits gun shy too. I mean, it was they were better off giving that young man ridiculous money than to take the bad press that's going to come with it for future recruits.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And I think that was just, it's poison in the water now, and I think it's going to linger around for some time.
Well, let me ask you this. What do you think Florida, who were their permanent, Jim, you remember, I think it was Georgia, Tennessee,
South Carolina.
What do you want to happen in the SEC? What do you want to do? I think we've got to be very careful. I don't think we need to play 9 games in the Big Ten. I think that's tough. I think playing 8 in the SEC is tough for our conferences is where we should stay. But I think TV is going to make them go to 9 because they're paying them so much money. But what would you like to see? You want to see Alabama and Auburn come to the East, Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri in the West, and keep it like it is and play 8 conference games? Or do you want them to go to the 3 permanent and everybody rotate in and play 9 games a year? What do you want to see happen?
You know, honestly, I weighed heavy on this when I first heard they were going to, disrupt the East and the West. I was kind of disappointed. But I'll be honest with you, the more I've thought about it and looked at it, as you guys know, I'm a Georgia fan, Alabama. You know, I'm looking at the 3 that we would probably play, which would probably be Auburn, Florida,
South Carolina,
and probably Tennessee or South Carolina.
No, they helped you guys out. See, they helped you out. I thought it was going to be Tennessee. It was South Carolina.
Yeah, so with that, and then a rotating 6, I'm actually cool with that because, with the SEC, it's a dog-eat-dog conference, and that's the problem. Some people tend to say, oh, the SEC is not as strong as everybody thinks it is. Well, it is. The problem is it's so cutthroat that they're constantly clipping each other's legs out from under each other. I mean, if you took the SEC and you said, all right, any given year it's going to be your win to win. This year, Bama, we're gonna. I mean, the SEC would run away with it if the SEC was in cahoots with each other, but it's not like that. It's the dog eat dog. They're going to clip each other's legs. They're going to upset each other any given time. You know, one thing about a Big Ten football game, I've never been concerned about Purdue beating Ohio State.
Well,
I'm concerned about South Carolina any given week. I'm concerned about Kentucky. Kentucky. Look how Kentucky played Georgia this year. Yeah. First half, they were. Georgia couldn't do nothing. It was just a grind.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I used to think like that too, with Ohio State and everybody else because they always beat everybody. But I got to give credit to Michigan. They beat Ohio State last 2 years. And let's be fair and look at it honestly. Penn State's pretty. Look what Penn State did to Auburn when they came down here at Auburn. They destroyed them. They're good.
Penn State might. Yeah, Penn State might win the Big Ten this year. Everybody better be careful.
And Michigan State usually pretty good. Last year they were down, but they're usually pretty good. Wisconsin's always tough. You would think sooner or later Nebraska will come back. So I don't know. I got a lot of respect for the Big Ten. They got good teams up there. I don't people realize.
I definitely respect their upper half. Their lower half, I don't feel that we could play 100 times. I don't think their lower half can beat the upper tier SEC schools or even the top half. I mean, I don't think any of them could even. I mean, look at Tennessee. Tennessee wasn't on their game. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Jimbo Fisher. I think that he's writing more checks than he's got a balance to take care of. And at the end of the day, I think he'd look pretty good with the team he's got in the Big Ten, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But he's not in the Big Ten. So,
yeah. Will, that what scares me to death. If we go to the 3 and play 6 other teams in the SEC, and you know how the rest of the country, they want their teams in the playoffs. That's the only way they can ever get in. The only way the Big 12 or the Pac-12 and now I'd say the Big 12 to get in, if we do it this way, they got in last year. Look what happened to them. Georgia beat them just beat them like a drum. But they're going to get in. They want them in. They want everybody out throughout the country playing. They want everybody to get a trophy, everybody get an award, and everybody be happy, pass out the balloons. And it's not about being the best. When this thing all got going, it was like, let's get the best 2 teams to play for the national championship. Let's get the best 4 teams. It's not the best of anything now. Let's get the conference champs in. Yeah, it's all.
And they got away from what they originally. I mean, they went away from the BCS because they said, "Hey, we don't want the SEC dominating the BCS like they have been," because the BCS, strength of schedule was a lot of the power in it.
Yeah.
And it gave the SEC an easy foot in. So they went to the playoff system, and now with this playoff system, I mean, 6 teams easily are going to be in there pretty much every given year.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you're going to give Alabama and Georgia a lot of times a bye and let the other teams beat and bruise each other up, and then you're going to catch a fresh SEC team. Come on, bring it to us. I love it.
Well, if they would pick the best 12 teams, I'm okay with a 3-6. If they don't, I hope we just put Alabama and Auburn in the East. Let's play 8 conference games and go with it and try to get as many teams we can in the playoffs. But that's just me. Hey, Will, I hate to do it. We got to. How much time we got? No, we're okay.
All right.
We're okay. I thought we were okay. We're okay.
Well, I actually got to run anyway, so you guys have a good day. I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to put in. You guys need a raise. You guys are getting up way too early in the morning doing too good of a job.
Hey, you know what? If we don't, we're going to go to CBS. We've about had it. ESPN has been too biased. They're too much of the SEC. They love the SEC. I got two Buckeyes in here that always blame everything on the SEC
because it's true.
Because of ESPN. Yeah.
They're doing the best they can.
I know.
Just means
y'all have a good day.
All right, Will. Thank you, buddy. Big Will, Georgia Bulldog. All right, I'm going to get back. Auburn people, you're going to get mad at me, but I'm going to finish this thing. 3rd best running back I talked about, Alabama. The 2nd best was Derrick Henry, 2013 through 2015. He rushed for 3,591 yards, 42 touchdowns. Who is number 1, Jim, in the history of Alabama?
Got to be Mark Ingram, then.
I thought it was 2. Wrong. Najee Harris.
Who?
Najee Harris.
Oh, Najee. I forgot about it.
Yeah, 2017 to 2021, I think. When did he go out? 21? Anyway, he had 3,843 yards. He scored 46 touchdowns. And let's see. He was a first-round pick. I think Derrick Henry was a first-round pick. I think Sean Alexander was a first-round pick, I believe. Anyway, that's it. Now, getting back to Auburn. Let's talk about the Auburn Tigers. Auburn, this is crazy, man. Auburn received requests, okay, to apply, request to apply to Auburn University for the fall of 2023. This is how many people applied to go to Auburn. This is crazy, guys. 48,000 people, a record. It is. It's crazy. That's how many people applied. Okay, that's they just showing interest. They applied. Now, that increased 5% from 2022. Okay, that's pretty impressive. Here's what you got to do to get in. Auburn's a good school. Auburn's a great academic school. It really is. It truly is. To get in Auburn, you got to, on the ACT, you got to have a 28.2 and a GPA of 4.2. I don't think I could have got in at Auburn.
You got it, man.
I was close.
Your GPA was what, like 5.4 or something? Like
that? Well, yeah. That's weighted in with all the
AP classes and
all the
dual enrollment.
Yeah, my speech.
dual enrollment study hall and dual enrollment lunch.
It was incredible. But that's pretty impressive, man. That's good. Auburn in sports helps this stuff. Their basketball program's unreal. Their baseball team's usually really competitive. football, usually they're really good in football. So I think that's pretty cool at Auburn. But academically, I think it's harder to get in Auburn than it is in Alabama. I could be wrong, but that's pretty impressive. 48,000 people, unbelievable. All right, 2023 SEC baseball coaches poll. West. In the West, you have number 1, LSU, Fighting Tigers. They're pretty damn good. That was number 1. Number 2, Texas A&M. Number 3, Arkansas. Number 4, Ole Miss. Number 5, Alabama. Number 6, the Auburn Tigers. Come on now. They're not going to settle for that. Auburn's got to be better than that. Number 7, and usually they're outstanding with this SEC West. Baseball's so good. Mississippi State 7th. And they're usually really a powerhouse baseball team. All right, we got to take a break right quick. Let's see. Happy one. Jared goes, honors handwriting. Which one of my other specialties. Yeah. Thank you, Jared. I appreciate that. All right, let's talk about some of our great people like Jared Hale for all your needs. Nah, Jared, you pay me first, then I'll do it. You got to pay me first. He says he'll pay me if I give him some advertising now. I said, no. Pay up front. Cash, no checks. Pay us up front, and then we'll take care of you.
Cash money, baby.
Yeah, all cash, baby. Then we'll do your commercial. All right, I tell you what, love all of our people. Today is Wednesday. World famous J. Michael's Restaurant. Go try it. I love no IOU. Sorry, he goes IOU. No. Yeah, J. Michael's, have a great time. Lunch or dinner. World famous spaghetti. If you love seafood, get that. The coldest beer, best seafood. J. Michael's, legendary J. Michael's Restaurant on Thomas Drive. Also, don't forget about Buffalo Rock. If you're going to have a big get-together, make sure it's Dr. Pepper, Pepsi, Buffalo Rock products. They do an incredible job. Love those guys down there. Also, South Oak Title and Closing, number 1 guy around in real estate, the big-time realtors, Mark Cowart, Beth Moby, all those guys. They all use Chuck Tucker. Everybody does. They use the best. Chuck Tucker, South Oak Title and Closing. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. Do you want to have a great time? Lunch specials every single day. The newest and best Mexican restaurant right across the street from the base on Thomas Drive. You'll love it. All right, we'll be right back. Hopefully we got the legendary Mark McLeod, the Florida Gators on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, 102.1 Mariana, and 101.9 Port St. Joe.
We've moved. ESPN Northwest Florida offices are now on the beach. Our doors are always open, and we still love visitors. Come see the new ESPN Northwest Florida radio studio and offices at 204 Suite B, Ellen Lane, and Panama City Beach. We can't wait to see you. ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Hot Light is on Krispy Kreme's Original Glazed Donuts. They make their original glazed donuts the way they always have, because it's the right way, the fun way, and they love doing it that way for you, their customer. Think inside the box this new year at Krispy Kreme Donuts, with 2 locations next to Gulf Coast Hospital on 23rd Street in Panama City and the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan. Krispy Kreme Donuts, where you get them hot.
Sykes Concrete has been in business in this area since 1947, and 3 generations later, they're still going strong. See Sykes Concrete for dirt, sand, rock, and concrete. They can handle any size job from the smallest to the largest. Sykes Concrete pays CDL truck drivers some of the highest wages in Bay County, making $50,000 to $75,000 a year, including holiday and vacation pay, plus health insurance. See Hugh Sykes at Sykes Concrete, 8030 Highway 77, on the right, just north of Southport Elementary School.
What's that grin about?
I just took a load off my staff by hiring Fresh Start Cleaning Services.
How'd you manage that?
Fresh Start Cleaning Services allows our team to leave at the end of their shift and not have to stay and clean after a double. They're happy, and you should see the difference having a professional cleaner makes. Plus, now I know exactly how much the cleaning cost will be for the year.
Wow, that would make anyone smile.
You can call Fresh Start Cleaning Services at 850-771-6057.
If aliens showed up tomorrow and said, "Take us to your leader," you'd bring them to the Coach James Hale Show.
Danger, Bill Robinson, danger.
Live from the J. Michael Studio. on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Go Gators! I feel bad. I just read a text from Mark. I don't think we're going to have him today. We got him? Okay. We got Mark for about 10 minutes today. He texted me and told me he's not available today, and I just now read it, so I apologize for that. All right, here we go. Let's go with Mark. Mark, I'm so sorry, buddy. I apologize. Can you do it for a minute or not?
Yeah, I can do it for a minute. I'm walking over. I'm on Florida campus now, walking over to the event.
All right, tell us everything that's going on down there. Just we got 10 minutes. Tell everything's going on in Florida, what you're doing down there. Tell me what's going on.
Yeah. Florida's signed an agreement. They're spending money like crazy, trying to do everything they can, as we all know, since Napier got the job, to promote themselves, the program. They are in agreement with a virtual production company, and they have built a studio in the indoor practice facility in Gainesville, and they offered a few of us in the media an opportunity to come over this morning and see the demonstration and see it. This is something that Coach Napier and the staff are going to be able to use with the players to draw up plays, to go over stuff, and they're going to also use it for social media, and it'll be a great use for social media platforms when recruits come in, and certainly for existing players and what have you to promote them. So it's a good opportunity.
Wow. Now, are they going to let you ask questions to Coach? Is he going to be available for that?
I don't know if Coach is going to be there or not. I would imagine if he's in town, he might be. I know the coordinators, the two guys who are the director and assistant director of what Florida's doing with all of their social media platforms and their virtual stuff will be on hand, and they're the ones that are going to take us through the demonstration. So we're going to get to ask them questions for sure, but whether Napier will be there or not, I have no idea.
Mark, what are you hearing as far as the scheduling? There's one thing they said: Alabama and Auburn to the east, Oklahoma, Texas, Missouri will be in the west, and then they said you play three teams. Florida, we just read it today. It'd be Florida would be playing Georgia, South Carolina. Who's the other one?
I can't remember. I drew up on Tennessee, maybe.
Yeah, Tennessee. That was it. What are you hearing? What are you hearing? What do you think is going to wind up being? Are they going to play 9 conference games, 8? Are you hearing anything at all?
And that's what we're hearing. The 3-6 model looks like it's probably going to be the one to go for 9. And finally, we have some good things to talk about, some movement with the University of Florida and really the SEC schedule in terms of conference, because it's been terrible. I mean, Georgia and Texas A&M still haven't played to this day. They haven't played in years. It's just you got other teams that rarely see one another, and I can't stand that. I think within a 4-year period, you should play everybody at least once. And I think that's the way they got to go with this whole thing. And look, for Florida fans, I talked about this yesterday on the show. Honestly, Florida fans would like to see Auburn back on the schedule, I think, by and large.
Yeah.
They would like to see Florida, Georgia, Florida, Auburn, and then who that third opponent is. I think Tennessee would be good. A lot of construction here on campus. I think Tennessee would be a great addition. I don't know that they'll do that. Kentucky's been mentioned. South Carolina's been mentioned quite a bit. I don't think people get all that jacked up about Florida, South Carolina, though. I really don't.
Right.
That's not that kind of rivalry. So I think Gator fans overall might prefer, I don't know, maybe would prefer Kentucky over South Carolina, but I think that's kind of a toss-up. But I do know that a lot of the Florida fans I've talked to, ever since the end of the Florida-Auburn series, they've hated that. They loved playing Auburn. There was a really good relationship, and why not? The two states border one another.
Yeah, I think Alabama should get Vandy and Mississippi State and the other worst team in the SEC. Maybe, I don't know, Kentucky.
Missouri.
Missouri, yeah. No, that was a joke. Hey, they took care. This one particular article, they took care of Georgia. They had Georgia playing Auburn, Florida, and South Carolina. I thought it'd be Tennessee, but they picked them South Carolina.
Yeah.
That I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
You know, that's the problem for Auburn. That's the problem why you won't see Florida Auburn. You know, as much as we would like it.
Yeah.
Look, Auburn's going to be Alabama, Georgia, and Florida? I don't think so. That's not going to happen.
You know what they gave them? They had Alabama, Georgia, and LSU. I mean, that's just as bad.
Yeah, that's just as bad. Why not put Florida there?
Yeah. But, you know, Pat Dye, when he was there, Amen Corner, they had Georgia, Florida, Alabama. And that's as tough as it can get right there.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, I just think it makes it a lot more fun when you get those border wars, you know, like Florida, Georgia. You know, I think that would really go well, and that's why I think one reason why a lot of fans would like to see Florida Auburn, particularly people in North Florida. I mean, you know, that's a quick trip up in the Columbus area, so it's not a bad one. So why not do it? I'd love to see it.
Before we get you off, I want to get your opinion on this. Some ESPN writer wrote that Billy Napier on the hot seat. Florida was 6-7, got killed by Oregon State by 27 points in the bowl game. The embarrassment of the NIL deal with his quarterback situation. If he has another 6 and 7 years, some people think he'll be gone. What do you think next year if he does have another bad year? What if he goes 6-7, 7-6? You would think they would give him 3 years, but what do you think? They didn't at Auburn. They got rid of Harsin after 1.5 years, actually. What do you think? You think he'll be okay for third year no matter what?
Yeah, Rittenberg wrote that column. I kind of agree with him, and there's some things I disagree with. But, you know, I think the key for Billy Napier is he has to show some improvement. Now, granted, they don't have a quarterback. You got Mertz. Nobody really in the Gator Nation has confidence in Mertz being the guy to help Florida to a few wins. You know, I think he's certainly improved the roster, but the problem is most of the talent at Florida, the vast majority is young and inexperienced. So, you know, are you going to be willing to give him another year to do that? Defense has to get better. Of course, I've talked about quarterback play. And look, who knows, spring practice, they may find a quarterback. Someone may be in there that they can bring to Gainesville to compete with Mertz and Brown. But, you know, I think that's an area. I think wide receiver they have to improve. Tight end, they've got to get a pass-catching tight end. You know, and then the defense looks pretty good. I think the defense overall, you know, but they're going to have to improve as a defense. You know, they're going to have to do a whole lot better. But we saw, look, you saw 5 or 6 kids get kicked off the team by Napier. And then when the season was over, you saw many, many more who just aren't, he doesn't feel are Florida caliber, SEC caliber players get turned loose. And the vast majority of those guys did not go to another D1 power. They really did.
But, you know, Mark, with now that you can transfer in and out like they can, you got to get a quarterback. You got to be able to get a quarterback. The Florida program should attract a great quarterback to me. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. You know, look, you know, I think one thing that makes it a little difficult for him is that we didn't see Richardson develop much. But I think that was in part on Richardson. He did not want to be a dual threat quarterback. He told us several times that he wanted to throw the ball. Well, you know, you need to be who you are. And that didn't happen. And I think that was one of the issues that I kind of had with Billy Napier was that, you know, they didn't allow, they should have told him, look, this is what you got to do. This is what you have to do. But Billy seemed to come to us and say, you know, we want to do what Richardson feels comfortable doing. And I don't know where the disconnect was, but, you know, he didn't develop much. And that may be why some of the kids have said, no, they're not going to go to Florida because of that. I really thought they'd have an opportunity with Walker Howard who left LSU, but there were some issues there. I think they saw what was going on with the collectives and said, I'm not getting involved in that mess.
Well, they've got one more opportunity after spring practice, I think, with the transfer deal, and hopefully they'll get somebody. Mark, real quick, I know you got to go. SEC baseball, the coaches poll, in the East, they had Tennessee number 1, Florida 2nd, Vandy 3rd, South Carolina 4th, Georgia 5th, Kentucky 6th, and Missouri 7th. What'd you think about that? That's about right?
I think it is. Although LSU's lost a starter, somebody else lost a starter. Who I can't remember, but somebody else in the SEC. Arkansas lost a key starter. Hopefully, Florida can get those guys and get them going. I had a nice conversation a week ago with Scott Climo, a Panama City guy who played at Florida, and we talked for about an hour about baseball and everything going on. And of course, Hartzog, we have big high hopes for him, the former Mosley pitcher, who's in Gainesville now pitching for the Gators, and hopefully he will. They're expecting a lot out of him. They really need him to come through, as well as the kid to transfer from Southern Miss and some of the other folks that they have here. Some of the young guys that are just outstanding arms. But it's going to be a big year for Kevin O'Sullivan and company if they can get some of these guys, younger guys, to help out and come around, and transfers as well, and if they can stay healthy.
Mark, I'm so sorry that I didn't read that text until now.
Oh, no problem.
I'm glad I didn't. I got you, so that's good. We'll get you next Wednesday?
Yeah, I'll be available next Wednesday. They just sprung this on us yesterday and asked us if we wanted to come over and do this, and we, so I think I certainly was all in. I'm sure a lot of other guys will be too.
Well, good. We're looking forward next week. You tell us all about it. Hey, have a great day. Thank you so much for coming on, buddy.
Okay, take care. Get better.
All right, thank you, buddy. Mark McLeod, unbelievable. Love that guy. Incredible. All right, Jim Bob, let's talk about some of our great sponsors, like my boy Patrick at Turf Pro. You want that yard to look like a golf tournament? It's incredible, man. They do a great job. Turf Pro Pest Control. Give him a call. He'll come out and take care of your yard like he does mine. And a lot of people in Bay Point, their yards look great out there. Also, don't forget about Blue Sky Express Car Wash on Bat Beach Road. You want that vehicle to look brand new, Blue Sky will get it done for you, no doubt about that. I still want to give a shout to John and Sharp. What a great job they do. Giving back to the community. Let's make sure we go support them at all three Newbies locations. Newbie 2 on the Curve, the place to watch all the NBA, college baseball, whatever you want to do down there. Have a great time at Newbies. Dr. Ward, we just had him on today. He does a great job. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. It can be deadly. If it doesn't look right, feel right, go see Dr. Ward. Offices throughout Northwest Florida. Also, don't forget about Dr. Chad Mitchell, the legend. Hopefully he'll be in here. I think we're going to have him in here Monday. I believe he's back in town Monday. Does an incredible job. All right, we are out. 104.3. Well, we'll be back for one more segment. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Watching the Eagles on their quarterback sneaks. And they were going to get in the rugby scrum position, and they were going to get the first down. I wonder if the NFL, the competition committee, will allow this to go on after watching that last night. But I wonder if they're going to let that continue. I'm curious.
It's the Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good Wednesday morning. I'm forecasting a blend of sun and clouds and low 70s or so this afternoon. A south wind about 10 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy overnight in the low 60s with light winds. Partly to mostly cloudy Thursday, maybe a few showers. Highs around 75, rather gusty winds. This weather forecast has been brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. For ESPN Northwest Florida, I'm meteorologist Tim Root.
Your biggest investment is your home. Protect it while also improving its appearance with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. We have sand, mulch, gravel, or lay-down decorative stone, all available for pickup and delivery. Discover your dream landscape with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Imagine the moment you proudly pull up to your home that you've worked so hard for, enhanced by quality mulch, decorative stones, and more. Let's make it happen today. Request a quote online at earthworkspc.com or swing by the office at 2005 Industrial Drive. Love the land you live on.
Sykes Concrete has been in business in this area since 1947, and 3 generations later, they're still going strong. See Sykes Concrete for dirt, sand, rock, and concrete. They can handle any size job from the smallest to the largest. Sykes Concrete pays CDL truck drivers some of the highest wages in Bay County, making $50,000 to $75,000 a year, including holiday and vacation pay, plus health insurance. See Hugh Sykes at Sykes Concrete, 8030 Highway 77 on the right, just north of Southport Elementary School.
Ben and Deb Collins, owners of Bay Guns and Gear, have been in business since 2010, offering new firearms and accessories with a huge selection available for your hunting needs and personal defense. Turn to Bay Guns and Gear. They have the weapon for you. Discount pricing. And if you can't find what you're looking for, they'll special order it for you. Bay Guns and Gear, across from Grease Pro at 3115 Highway 77. Visit their website, baygunsandgear.com.
You don't know what his problem is.
Quit moaning, we're all hurting.
But it's probably hard to pronounce and untreatable.
That don't feel so good.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michael Studio, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! Jim Bob's got us a little update on FSU. We appreciate all you Seminoles out there. A lot of great fans here in the Panhandle. Steve Counts. Ryan Johnson's getting married.
Who is?
Ryan Johnson's getting married. And his mom and dad go to all the Florida State games. Matter of fact, they sit right beside the coach or the players. They travel with the team. That's pretty impressive now. Ben, Lorraine, I'm going to see if they can donate to me instead of Florida State. But anyway, I just screwed up. Go ahead, Jim Bob. What you got for us today? Newbies sponsors the Florida State Update.
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about baseball. We mentioned this on this past Friday when you weren't here. There's a lot of excitement about Florida State baseball. They got a former Florida State player, now Link Jarrett, who's a former FSU All-American at shortstop. So there's a lot of excitement about that. He's from Tallahassee, played at Florida State. So people are excited about that. And the predictions for Florida State this year in the ACC, I wrote these down. Here's what they are. There's two divisions. You got the Coastal, and then you got the Atlantic. Florida State's in the Atlantic bracket or classification, whatever they call it. They're only picked fourth. It kind of surprised me. I thought they'd be higher than that. But in their side of the conference, it's Wake Forest is first, then Louisville, North Carolina State, then Florida State, Notre Dame, Clemson, Boston College. So that kind of surprised me a little bit. And on the other side, in the Coastal, it's North Carolina, Virginia Tech, Virginia, Miami, Georgia Tech, Duke, and Pitt. So you got some pretty, if you follow college baseball at all, there's some pretty good programs in there. Louisville's been very good. Miami's always good. Florida State's always good, so they got a lot of competition. And I know the Florida State people are excited about this one player. He's predicted to be the freshman of the year in the conference. His name is Cam Smith. He's a freshman this year. He played at Palm Beach Central last year. He's 6'3", 224, going to be a shortstop, third baseman, so they think he's going to do really, really well. Florida State's season begins this Friday against James Madison at home. They got a game Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all against James Madison, all at Dick Howser Stadium. So season's about ready to get started here and see how they do. I think they're going to do real well. They always do real well.
We're going to try to go to a game over there. I've never been to a Florida State baseball game.
Yeah, I've been to one when I was at a clinic one time. They were playing Clemson at the time in baseball, so we went to the game. It's a good stadium.
Tommy, Jeremy, I think about going. You ought to go with us when we go. Then you've been over there. We have a good time.
Yeah, so I don't know, we'll see. So it'll be interesting to see. They don't have the Coach Martin fatigue anymore. Coach Martin didn't win. We have people who harp on that all the time. I don't want to mention any names, Bill Allen, but
Austin Allen, Bill Allen, Donna Allen,
yeah,
Allen family.
He never won. He won like 100.
Greatest coach in history.
2,000 bazillion games, but you're right. He never did win the national championships. But that's out of the system now. So hopefully Link Jarrett will get it done for him. And Florida State can be a national champion.
I'm looking forward to baseball.
Yeah.
I really am. High school baseball, we're going to have the coaches on, and then also college baseball. Love it. And softball. Yeah. I love college softball.
Yeah,
it's just more. It's faster moving.
Yeah.
And the kids are so excited. I just like it.
Yeah, it's a good sport.
And the FSU will be good in that.
Yeah,
also,
they're always good in that. Yeah, I was just going to say they're always good in that.
Jim, let's get to football. FSU should be really good. All these preseason stuff, they already got them out. They're ranked in the top 10 just about by everybody. They beat LSU week 1. That would be huge. Which, Florida State goes in State Louisiana and wins. I kind of got the feeling LSU's going to go down there and beat them in a close game.
It could happen. There's no question.
But if Florida State wins that one, that's great. And they don't screw up and nobody gets hurt, the rest of the schedule sets up pretty good.
Right.
I think
they have to go to Clemson now. And that's always the one that's tough.
Yeah. I want to say this. I want to thank Dabo Sweeney. Let me tell you something. We got a great caller, and he's from up in Hoover, and evidently he talked to Dabo. And we get in the mail a football, and it said, "Keep up the good work, Dabo Sweeney." It's a Clemson football, the kind you sign on. And I thought that was outstanding. So I appreciate our great buddy that got that done for us. That meant a lot. And I thought that, Dabo would take his time out to send me a football like that. It's really good. I got that up in my living room, and it will stay there. Very proud to have that, and very proud that Dabo Sweeney thought enough to do that for us. And I really appreciate him doing that for me. That's pretty cool, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is cool.
Did I show it to you?
No, I have not seen it.
Yeah, make sure you get
I have not seen it.
But Clemson's going to be good. As long as he's there, they're going to be good. But he fired the offensive. Remember, we all were talking about he's lost his defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator. What's going to happen? Is it going to fall apart? What's going to happen? They still won 11 games.
Right.
They still won 11-2.
Clemson's going to be Clemson. I mean, they're well coached. They got a lot of tradition. They play hard. They do all the right things. I mean, they're good.
But I will say this. I think he hurt himself so much. He doesn't like what's going on in college football. He's one of the few candidates that does not like NIL, all that kind of stuff. Doesn't like this train. He hadn't taken hardly any transfer guys in there. He hadn't took many at all. I don't know. I mean, and I know other people use everything they can against you in recruiting. Hey, you come to Alabama, we're going to get NIL deal. Come to Ohio State, play here. Because that's the ones. Those schools are the same guys going after the same elite players.
Yeah, they are.
And they're getting these huge deals at Alabama, at Ohio State, in Georgia. But their head coach at Clemson, he's not into this, man. You need to come. You know how it is. It's ugly as hell. So how is he going to overcome that? I think he will. You go to a game that was exciting. They got great facilities. And I'm with you. They're Clemson. They're going to win. But it just seems like they're kind of slipping a little bit. Now, maybe I'm wrong.
When they were national champs, you got to remember now, Clemson had elite college quarterbacks. I mean, they had Deshaun Watson and they had Trevor Lawrence. I mean, those guys just don't fall in your lap every day. I mean, this is my opinion, you have to have somebody who's a difference maker at quarterback, whether it's an NFL or college football. That guy's he's got the ball in his hands every play. He's got to do something. And Clemson, that's kind of where they've fallen off in the last couple of years. The old DJ was just, he wasn't that guy. Now, this guy they got coming up, we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah. And see, that's what scares me about Bama. You think back, we were at one point the wide receiver. We had all those wide receivers, all these first-round draft picks. Last couple of years, we had a transfer from Ohio State, and that was it.
Right.
And then everything else, they were not up to the standard Alabama had set.
No, you're right.
And I'm worried at Bama, we're going to have the same problem at Clemson. Who's going to be the quarterback? We've had a great run of quarterbacks. Is that going to drop off now? So if that happens, Bama is going to be in trouble next.
See, you can win at Alabama with the guys that aren't the top quarterbacks, but you have to play a different style of offense, because they won a national championship with Jake Coker as their quarterback. Okay,
when they pounded the ball. Yeah.
But they were a running team then, and I don't know that they're going to be willing to do that now. I don't see it. So we'll see. It's going to be a transition for sure.
All right, Ethan Boyd, love him, highly intelligent, graduated from Texas A&M. Rudy's Barbecue. Here's what Ethan has to say. Clemson's like Alabama under Dabo. 2 losses is considered a bad season. That's true.
That is true. It's true to Ohio State, too.
Yeah.
It is
true.
I
mean, Ohio State lost 2 games and really a field goal away from winning a national championship.
They'd have been national champions. If that field goal is good, they're national champions.
Yeah, that was the national. We all said that. That was the national championship game. You look at the rosters, how many 5 stars Georgia had and 4 stars. Same thing with Ohio State. And TCU didn't. I got to give TCU coach credit. They did a heck of a job. And they played hard and everything, but they sure had an easy path to get there.
Right.
And if Michigan would have played like they're capable of playing, they wouldn't have been
That was coaching right there.
How much time we got?
Less than a minute.
All right, Ethan Boyd, we'll see you tomorrow. Jim Bob, thank you so much for coming in. Hey, bear with us. We'll get back in the groove here. We've got some health issues we're all working through. And I would ask everybody out there, please, I'm begging you, pray for Jamie Hale, pray for her health. I'd really appreciate that. And we'll be back tomorrow, hopefully, if everything goes good. And the Underdogs will have a great show this afternoon. Just keep it right here on 104.3 ESPN Panama City. You great folks up in Marianna, it's 102.1. 101.9 Port St. Joe. You listen to the legendary ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida is taking it to the home. Your home for the most live college basketball in the Gulf Coast. The ACC SEC